All right, recapping the regional tournament. We've gone through all the brackets. We've talked.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah. It's taxing at times going through all the brackets, and as I kind of said last week, you go through all those district brackets, and there's 64 of them, and it's nice getting to the regional week and it's so much less. It's so much less brackets, but it's probably almost as much time put into it. And you're looking at you break down some of the matchups and see where guys are going to fall and all that stuff. But when the dust settles, I'm gonna give my top 5 teams or 4 teams. I'm gonna go 4. I don't know if I'm gonna go full 5, but I think I shouldn't say I think. Council Rock South, I think, is going to be the regional champ. I'm going to say on the heels of my numbers, on the heels of five qualifiers, Owen J. Roberts finishing 2nd, Springford with 4 qualifiers finishing 4th, and Neshaminy with 3 qualifiers finishing 5th, and Quakertown with 3 qualifiers finishing in 6th place. So I went 6 teams instead of Rock North. I have it 4. I guess I lied. I got into it. I think Council Rock South's going to have 9 qualifiers out of their team. I think they're taking 11 or 12 to regionals, and
I got them taking 11.
Yeah,
through the states, which would be a District 1 Southeastern Region record according to our stat guy. I don't know who that guy is.
Opposite the Hapro tattoo that Glenn has, he has a Council Rock one on the other arm, and hence why he's taken 11 to states.
I've been trying to get on the stat. They want no parts of me.
Yeah, I saw them texting Syl asking to ride in the van with them if they make it to states, and so it's. It's
no, but seriously, I mean, if you look at the rankers too, I mean, it's kind of, I mean, I'm not going to say it's an overwhelming number 1, but it really is. I mean, Council Rock already comes into the season with 7 returning state qualifiers, and I'm really just throwing 4 more in there. But for Coach Syl Perry, it's all about state medals at this point, and he wants to see that medal count go up from last season, and he's got a handful of guys. When I say a handful of guys, 5 legitimate guys that can really place in the state tournament and get on the podium in the top 8, and along lines with you, Joe. I mean, I do have Owen J. Roberts in the 2 slot here as a tournament team, just based on Mancini's championship alone. And again, Petroselli getting to the finals. I mean, they're going to have some finalists, and they're going to have a winner in Mancini, so they're going to be up there in the top 3. I have them at 2. I have Springford at 3 based on numbers. I have 5 guys getting through the states from Springford. Coach Sizelove's going to love me after hearing this preview.
You don't ride with Council Rock South.
I ride with Springford.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with that. But I do have Council Rock North in the 4 hole, just like you do, and obviously for good reason with Cam Robinson, Kyle Hauserman, and of course Luke Lazerne and Dylan Shee. I mean, the 4 studs, possibly 4 finalists if things shake out. And then I do have Neshaminy at 5. I think this Neshaminy team, I mean, they're bringing a boatload of kids to regionals. They were the runner-ups at Council Rock South at District 1 East, and you got to put them right up there in the top 5 just based on that cred alone. But when we talk about some of these guys in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the team race. I mean, Quakertown, like you said, is dangerous. I mean, they could sneak in, 4 guys themselves. I always look at wrestling teams that can take more than 5 wrestlers to states. Because when you take 5 wrestlers or more to the state tournament, you are now in the team hunt. You are in the team race. You're going to be in the top 10 at states with 5 guys going if they can win a couple of matches. So if Council Rock South can get 11 guys there, they're going to be in the top 5 in this tournament. And we know what we're facing up there. I mean, that's just review. Take the state duels out of it, because I know, Mike and I, we always talk about this. I mean, 2 guys were left home up there, but you got Nazareth. I mean, I'm not talking about Becca and Northampton, the teams we saw at the duels. I'm talking about Nazareth and Liberty now, and those individuals. So 4 teams from the Lehigh Valley that are just ridiculous. And then you throw in Cannon Mac. You throw in all the teams from the West. And it's going to be a great tournament come Hershey. But we got a Southeastern region here where we could get more than our 20 guys. I mean, we had 19 last year, Mike said.
18 medals.
18 medals 2 years ago. And I think I'm predicting 24. Is that what I had said earlier, Mike? I'm predicting 24 medals here for the Southeast region out of District 1. And, I can say that with confidence. And I think, Joe, you're right there with me. I mean, we could probably, name 12 of those guys right away.
Yeah, I was north of 22 medals, and really it's kind of fluid above that because I have some guys I can mark with an asterisk that just can get hot and have a good draw in the tournament and have that path that it just depends where they fall. Glenn, I said I had 9 qualifiers coming, state qualifiers from Rock South, 5 from O&J, 4 from Rock North, 4 from Springford, Quakertown with 3, and the Chamonix with 3, handful of schools with 2, Downingtown West, Westchester East, Westchester Henderson, and I just you see that there's a lot of parity among a lot of those teams after you get past the first few, where you're seeing teams are putting multiple qualifiers into the tournament. And that's good to see too. That shows the talent of the teams that we have here in District 1.
Yeah, sprinkling a couple Boyertown kids, sprinkling a couple Downingtown East kids. We're District 1 is back. I mean, I think we really, over the last couple of years have established ourselves with a couple of state champions last year, a couple of state finalists, some runner-ups as well. So for me, that's really important. I think that the kids kind of carry the District 1 banner when they get out there. I love when the kids are warming up together and, kind of hanging. And, that's really important because that sends a message to the other guys in District 1 that, we have a standard to live up to. If you're going to get to the state championships as an individual, you're going to have to kind of do some extra things to get there. And, I didn't want to forget about our AA guys. We have 3 AA guys right here from one team at Pope John Paul II. I mean, obviously with the Vulock brothers, with Ryan and Matt Vulock, those are 2 guys that are probably going to get medals at the AA level. I'm not sure if they can get another medal out of their team or not. I'm forgetting who that wrestler is right now. Jack Files, transferred from Springford a couple of years ago. He's also on that team. So there's 3 guys there. Now we have Faith Christian out there, and some other guys. I mean, they have a tougher road, Joe, to get through up there in the Lehigh Valley with District 11 and District 3 combined. I mean, this is like north, east of the Schuylkill type, district. So it's going to be tough for those guys, but I'm really looking forward to see what we can do. I know there's a Palisades kid or 2 in there as well that can get through. We don't really talk about those guys all year long, but don't be surprised if AA, District 1 kind of shows up at that tournament and we get some medals.
Yeah, no, I've said it for a while. I believe it that sometimes that road to Hershey through that AA tournament is far more difficult.
Terrible.
And for our AA teams and wrestlers. But yeah, this year I think we're sending a strong contingent to Wilson West Lawn for that tournament, and we'll see what happens. I think we're gonna get some medals out of AA this year. This year District 1 could have multiple state champions in both classes, and it's something we'll talk about next week leading up to that to go to Hershey, and it's it give us more content to talk about and stuff that you guys enjoy. So as always, anything that you have, good, bad, or indifferent feedback, shoot an email at PAWrestling.com. You can catch me on Twitter at Coach YB with 2 E's on the end.
I'm still trying to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, we're still trying to get Glenn caught up with Twitter. It's a work in progress like everything else. So if you need to reach out and that stuff, we'll take any feedback. If you liked this format for the preview, let us know. If you didn't like it, let us know. We're constantly trying to evolve it, trying to make it, better. So, Glenn, you got anything else?
No, we'll see you Friday night at Souderton.
All right, Glenn, thanks. We had some fun, a little bit back and forth banter. I'm hoping for some I told you so this weekend.
Oh, yeah. You'll hear it on the live broadcast. Are we going live, Joe? Jeez. Mike, it's all Mike's fault. We can't go live. Joe and I always want to go live on these. We're sorry, guys. Mike can't handle it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. The
Mike's,
Wi-Fi's no good.
we got a dump button. We got a dump button for Glenn. All right. Take care.
Good night, everyone.